I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. And today we're making something special and delicious that would be extremely appropriate for Mother's Day. Let's go make some bananas Foster French toast. Okay, let's get started. We're going to go over our ingredients for our bananas Foster French toast, and then we're going to get right into this. I have 4 slices of my fresh milled whole wheat bread here, and I have cut them extra thick. You can cut them even thicker. This is approximately the slice size I like. I will slice sandwich bread just a little bit thicker than this, but you can see I've had people comment on the evenness of my slices, and all I can tell you is practice, practice, practice. That's it. You have to learn how to eyeball a 1/4 of an inch and a 1/2 an inch, and you'll be good to go. We're going to make a custard, so that requires 3 eggs, a cup of 1/2 and 1/2, or a 1/2 cup of milk and a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, or a cup of milk, or whatever it is you have on hand. You don't have to use what I've used. You just need a cup of dairy, okay? Whether it's almond milk or soy milk or something like that. And we're going to flavor it up with some vanilla. I'm going to sweeten up the custard with some golden syrup, and then we're going to build our bananas Foster sauce. And for that we need 4 tablespoons of butter, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a dash of cinnamon, and I have 2 medium-sized ripe bananas here. I'm also going to add a splash of vanilla and a splash of rum extract. We're going to top everything off with a little bit of powdered sugar because heaven knows it won't be sweet enough. And then we will enjoy our breakfast. Personally, as a side note, I think this would make a lovely breakfast option or brunch option for Mother's Day. If your mom loves bananas Foster, this might be an excellent option for you to put out for Mother's Day. And,
or your wife.
Or your wife, that's right. We're just going to go ahead and get our custard going. I always like to build my custard in a pie plate. And it doesn't matter if there's crumbs in there. So, just break your eggs in here like that. And I like to give them a poke and just go in here with the fork and break them up just a little bit. Then we can put our milk in here, or our 1/2 and 1/2, or whatever it is you're using for your custard. Remember, the egg is what's going to hold all of this together. You don't want to use water in your French toast, but you want to use something creamy. And you can use a couple of tablespoons of granulated sugar if you like, or I just like to give this a generous squeeze of golden syrup because it's already dissolved and it doesn't leave a crispy a little crispy undissolved thing going on in there. And
use simple syrup, could you?
You could use simple syrup, absolutely. And I'm just going to give about a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla. You really can't have too much vanilla in my opinion, just like you can't have too much garlic in other things. So, but when you use the golden syrup, make sure you get your fork down in the bottom of there so that you get it all incorporated, because sometimes it likes to stick around. Okay, we're going to move over to the stove and we're going to start on our French toast. Alright, just like any other French toast, I have my pan set on a medium heat. I've melted a little bit of butter in the bottom of the pan. You can use coconut oil or red palm oil or whatever is your preference. And we're just going to go ahead and cook this off, and then we're going to set it aside. When I'm ready to flip these, I'll bring it back. I'll let you see what they look like. Bless you, honey.
Ooh,
we all know what French toast is supposed to look like. If you're not familiar with how to make French toast, this is pretty basic. Dip your bread in your custard, place it in your buttered pan, and then you want it. The secret to good French toast, though, is low and slow. You don't want to cook it too quickly, otherwise it's going to burn.
Just like eggs.
That's right. Especially since I have put the golden syrup into my custard, it's going to have a tendency to burn a little more quickly. So I'll be back when it's time to flip these. Okay, these are ready to flip, and if you want them a little bit, I like to flip them when they're still a little bit on the light side, because I'll flip them again after they're done on the second side, which never takes quite as long as the first side, so that I can get a little more brown on this side. So when I get ready to flip these again, I'll bring you right back. Before I flip these, I have already flipped this one, but before I flip these, I did want to mention, if your skillet is a little uneven, like most skillets are, and because I have an electric stove, which I detest, you want to make sure that you occasionally turn your bread around this way so that you get even cooking on both sides of the other side. Because if you don't, then you're going to have, you see how here is not quite as dark as here, and that's because this was on the outside of the pan. So we're going to go ahead and flip these. Sorry, honey. See? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And make note of where the light side is so that you can flip it accordingly.
Yep.
See, like this one I need to turn. But, alright, so we're going to finish cooking our French toast, and then we'll be back and we're going to build the Bananas Foster sauce in this very same pan. Alright, French toast is done, and I'm just melting my 4 tablespoons of butter in my pan. I went ahead and I wiped out my pan real quick. I'm going to add the ½ cup of packed brown sugar, and then you're basically just going to make a caramel, because if you're familiar with Bananas Foster, then it's just a caramel. My brown sugar is homemade, so it looks a little bit on the dark side. So we're just going to go ahead and push this around the pan until it melts and starts to bubble. I want all that sugar, I don't want any dry sugar to be visible. I want it to be all dissolved. And if you don't like bananas, you can do apples in here, and it would be a lovely, like, caramel apple French toast.
Bacon.
You and the bacon. You and the bacon, honey. Okay, now we're going to go ahead, and I have this over medium heat, by the way, if I didn't mention that. We're going to add our bananas.
That would be good, though.
Caramel bacon French toast? Yeah, it would be. Now the bananas, remember, these are already very ripe and they're super soft, so you want to push them around somewhat gently, and you want to get them in as even a layer as you can, because you want these to all become enveloped by that caramel sauce, okay? Now, just at this point, you can just go ahead and swirl the pan. It'll be fine. Now you're just going to cook those bananas briefly, okay? This isn't something that has to go on for any length of time. But at this point, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put a drop. Like, this is a bakery emulsion, so like a quarter of a teaspoon, okay, of rum extract. And then I'm going to use vanilla. I'm going to put about a teaspoon. Now when you put those in there, it's going to bubble up severely, so be careful. It's also going to change the chemistry of the sauce. The sauce is going to become a little bit looser, and it's going to start to bubble. And you can see, I'm not really moving my spatula around, I'm moving the pan. When it starts to look like that, and the bubbles start to come up a little more slowly, and they start to get a little bit bigger, and it starts to look a little foamy, turn it off. Your sauce is done. We're going to go ahead and plate this. So we'll meet you back at the counter, and I'll fix you a plate of delicious Bananas Foster French toast, and I'll see you in a second. Don't forget your cinnamon. Just sprinkle that on in.
Well, that was close.
And give it a swirl. There you have it. A delicious plate of Bananas Foster French toast, fit for any queen. I mean, mom.
Same thing.
Same thing. That's right, honey. I love you. So, this is super simple to make. It's really just, you probably have everything you need already at home. Because I don't know many people who don't have bananas, unless you hate bananas, in which case, like I said, you can use apples instead and make a caramel apple French toast. And I am going to give this a try. I'll let Rick taste this without the banana, because he's not a fan of the banana.
Oh, wow.
Good, good, good?
Mm-hmm. It's really good. She's gonna love it.
Oh my lord. Totally make this. You're gonna love it. It's amazing. I hope you try this Bananas Foster French toast, and I hope you love it, and I hope your mom loves it if you choose to make it for her. So until next time, I'll see ya. In my kitchen today, I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating.